then Bo Nix and the Broncos offense is Sean Payton, their head coach.
It'll be it will be quite a. The game is Saturday. We don't know the time yet, and then we'll see who the Patriots' opponent is going to be.
It'll probably be 4:30 on Saturday because they'll do that 4:30, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock combo again.
Yeah, I would think so. Although you have the 2-hour difference in Denver, so it makes it an earlier afternoon game. Can you hit that? So you're probably right.
And I think ESPN will have both games.
I think they do too. Yeah.
And it'll be CBS Sunday and Fox
Syracuse.
on Sunday.
I got to tell you, Syracuse basketball looked really, really good.
Yeah, they did. They were throwing up the bricks, the three. They looked good.
First half, they just
totally
incredible.
dominated the first half. And then, of course, typical Syracuse, they let the team come back.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. You do get your adjustment at halftime, and but they the old Syracuse would have just kept falling behind to the point where they lost that game. So this team looks competitive.
This team, you are right, Bill. This team does look competitive since Donnie Freeman's been back from the injury. Florida State tomorrow, 9 o'clock. See how much is going to be crowded at the Dome, and it's on the ACC network. So,
do we know why Lamondes is getting out of the race? Switch to some political. He was running. He's an assemblyman, Republican, who was running for
the Auburn area.
For the seat currently held by Congressman John Mannion. And now on Friday he has dropped out. Although we are hearing, right, that Republicans will have a candidate, and maybe a candidate who's a little more local to here.
Yeah. And if you're looking for something to do tonight, the Jewish Community Center on Oneida Street is going to be hosting the current lieutenant governor and governor candidate Antonio Delgado from 6 until 8 for a meeting room tonight. He's going to explain what he's going to be proposing when he's running for governor against his boss, Kathy Hochul.
He has had no traction whatsoever up to this point. I do want to go back to, by the way, this morning on the program, a couple things. We'll speak with Tanya J. Powers. We'll get a preview of a big week at the Supreme Court. A lot of big decisions are expected to be coming down. Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio will get into the House and what's going forward on those Obamacare subsidies and the potential for really, really high rates that people around the country will be paying for their health insurance. Our Angelo has opened and has the official grand opening this week of his, Handshake Antiques, right?
Yes, yeah.
And it's on Genesee Street in New Hartford. He'll be in this morning, and he's going to bring along with him some antique items, and we're going to play a little Antique Price is Right.
Oh, okay.
So
do we guess the value?
Angelo's. So
we guess the value or what he's got it listed as.
We will go through a list of contestants. So normally we would put two against each other, but what we'll do is get the exact price, and we'll go through 4 or 5 contestants taking a shot, and the one who gets closest without going over will win a gift card at Handshake Antiques.
I'll take 201.
201.
Andrew always had a good Bob.
Yeah, Bob Barker.
Andrew always had a good Bob Barker.
Joe Beatrice in regarding the lawsuit in the city of Utica. We'll speak with him. Executive Director of MVHS, Phil Tangora, took over for longtime Director Pat Bescher. I'm sorry, of the Mohawk Valley Water Authority.
Yes, I was confused.
I was like, have we made is there another position at MVHS that I don't know about? I see that, Davey. And what else? Some other stuff to get to. But I want to go back, if we could, to anyone who watched the Bills game on TV yesterday. What was going on with Romo?
Oh, well, okay, interesting. What?
Because it's hit the. I read like 3 stories on it this morning, so we're not alone in questioning what is going on with this guy, who really was the most popular guy in the booth for a while, but for some reason, I don't know what's going on. He's losing his popularity, and he's getting a little weird.
I think he's regressed. It's not as interesting as it was when he would started out, calling the plays at the line and stuff like that. I actually have more of an issue with Al Michaels, to be honest with you. I don't know if you pay attention.
Well, let's go to the let's do one at a time. First of all he could talk about was how this is going to be. Look at how hard this is. This is hard for Buffalo. Everything's hard. Nothing's coming easy. Everything was from the anti-Bills approach. It was an anti-Bills position that he was taking, which was driving me nuts all game long. And then he started making these sound effects, like I don't know, something would happen, and he makes some weird sound effect, and that was his. I don't know what's going on, but he's getting really hammered throughout the NFL and those who watch these games. What's your problem with Al Michaels?
He has. He struggles to follow what's going on in the game.
Al Michaels has gotten a little bit older.
He has. This has to be his last year. He
signed up for next year.
Oh boy, I'll tell you. He'll say things like, "Okay, so there was a play. It must be Saturday night's game. Is that when he had it? Saturday night game?
Yes, I believe so.
So Saturday night's game, it's like 2nd and 4. They run the ball. They're a yard and a half shy. And he says that'll bring up a first down, now 1st and 10 for Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Chicago completed a pass, maybe it was Green Bay, over the middle, and on a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. And he goes, well, that was a 2nd down pass there for 25 yards. And he had just called it 1st down. Then he names it 2nd down. It was actually 3rd down. And he misnames players.
Yeah, I to be honest with you, I was seeing the same thing happen with Jim Nantz yesterday.
I'm like, what? Does he not have a screen in the booth?
Although Jim Nantz is in his last year. This is his last year isn't it? And then is he just going to do golf? I thought. Davey's looking at me like, "What are you, an idiot?" I kind of thought I saw that, but you can look it up.
I know that he gave up basketball, and that was like a year ago.
Maybe it was just basketball.
Ian Eagle took over for him.
And he's doing just football, and that might be the case. Nonetheless, these guys are getting older, but Romo is a young guy. For God's sakes, he's losing it. I swear. We'll talk more about it. Whatever your opinion may be, let us know. Jimmy Fallon tickets on sale right now, and they're moving. So if you're looking to go to that show on Super Bowl weekend, Saturday night, it's February 7th at the Rome Capitol Theater. Go to romecapital.com for ticket information. And on the line right now is Tanya J. Powers with Fox News Radio. Tanya, good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Happy Monday. A preview of this week that you have worked on for us. Big week with the Supreme Court decisions. Some real epic decisions are on the way here.
Oh, well, yeah, there's some arguments that are going to be going on. Tomorrow is probably the day that's going to get the most attention. That is the one where there are 2 cases being argued on Tuesday. Their justices are hearing appeals from Idaho and West Virginia. Those 2 states have state bans on participation by transgender and non-binary athletes in female-only public school sports teams. And those laws were struck down by lower courts. The 2 states are appealing to the Supreme Court to allow them to stay in place. Now, the court is going to weigh whether the Title IX federal law prohibits sex discrimination applies in these cases. In a nutshell, that's what that's about.
And are we seeing anything on tariffs? And will this be a decision that comes early? What do we know on? Because President Trump says this is probably the most important case that the Supreme Court could act on in the history of the world, I believe.
We don't know is the short answer. The court does not say in advance which rulings they're going to give to when.
Okay.
And they're notorious for, not giving a lot of insight into when they're going to release things.
Yeah.
So it could be this week. It might not be. Who knows?
Okay, so it's going to be interesting weeks to see what they come up with. Obviously, the court is more conservative than it's been in quite some time. So let's see what they and a lot of this comes from you have these experts who report on the questions that are asked by the Supreme Court members to kind of indicate in which direction they might be going. So we'll hear some of that this week too, I'm assuming.
Yeah, now that you can listen to the arguments, there's a lot more, a lot more insight into, what, based on kind of what questions they ask during the arguments, that kind of thing, even, stuff that they might say, that does give them more of a window into that.
All right. Interesting stuff. Have a great week, Tanya. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio. Over the weekend, we saw the new movie Song Sung Blue. I thought it was do you know what this is about?
No.
This is the Neil Diamond song, Song Sung Blue. And I thought it was like a biopic on Neil Diamond, but it's not. And it does have some controversy with it. It's a movie about a Neil Diamond impersonator and his life, and then he marries the woman who plays along with him, and the son of the couple is very upset, thinking that his mom was not portrayed properly in the movie, but it's really good.
So, other than being a Neil Diamond impersonator, what's the fame associated with this particular person?
You're going to have to sit and watch to see.
Okay.
It is. He became somewhat iconic, but I don't want to get into it anymore. But it's really, really good.
Isn't Hugh Jackman and Reese Witherspoon in that movie?
I don't think it's Reese Witherspoon.
Or
it's
somebody nice looking.
It's what's her name? Who was in Almost Famous? Who played the female part in Almost Famous? She's what's her name?
I gotta look it up.
The daughter of
Kate
Hudson.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah, Kate Hudson. There you go.
Yeah.
Dave. Oh, yeah, Davey. Yeah.
Mel Gibson's.
Is that Mel Gibson's movie?
And
it's
Mel
really
Gibson's
good.
daughter with Goldie Hawn.
It's no, not Mel Gibson. No, Kurt Russell.
Oh, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm wondering about where Mel Gibson came in. I think she's a little too liberal for Mel Gibson. A little too non-religious for Mel Gibson.
If she is, he'll let her know for sure.
Yeah, he would. All right, quick break, and we have a lot more to get to here today. It's a Monday morning, and it's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
We have cloudy skies, 25 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 6:37. President Trump says the U.S. is considering strong options on Iran as deadly protests continue there. Trump was asked Sunday on Air Force One if Iran was crossing a red line, saying that he felt like they were starting to, and there were, quote, some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed, end quote. After a weekend of protests across the country over a deadly ICE shooting in Minneapolis, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says hundreds more federal agents are being sent to Minnesota. Making the rounds on the Sunday morning talk shows, Noem said the additional officers will be deployed to make sure ICE and Border Patrol officers can carry out operations in the Twin Cities safely. Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says the Justice Department has issued a subpoena to the central bank, warning of a possible criminal indictment. Powell said the potential indictment comes from his June Senate testimony concerning renovations to Fed Reserve office buildings. He characterized the subpoenas as the latest attempt to influence the Fed and its interest rate decisions. Thousands of New York City nurses are on strike. Over 16,000 nurses throughout the 5 boroughs are hitting the picket line this morning after they could not reach an agreement on a new contract. It's believed to be the largest nurse strike in city history. A disaster emergency has been declared in counties with hospitals that could see staffing shortages. And a new Super Bowl champ will be crowned this season. The 49ers beat the Eagles yesterday 23-19 in Philly. Meanwhile, The Bills came from behind late to beat the Jags 27-24. They now advance to take on the Denver Broncos next weekend. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 6:39. Here's your Weather Center forecast.
Winter's trying to fight back to our north. Winter weather advisories for lake effect snow and snow showers over the next couple of days. We'll get some snow showers in here today. Really not looking for much in the way of accumulation. About 34. Tonight, some snow showers around 29. Cloudy tomorrow, close to 40 degrees. And that may lead to some rain showers Wednesday and then eventually colder with snow showers back Thursday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Bill, right now, cloudy and 25 at 6:40.
Hey, the Steepani Mazda New Year New Mazda sales event is back. You can save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-5s with 0.9% on turbo models and 0.9% on new 2025 Mazda CX-50s and 1.9% on hybrids and 2.9% on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s. You can see Rick or anybody at the dealership for details. And as Rick always says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it's always easy to do business at Steepani Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Stand by. A bunch more from the weekend and what's happened overnight and where the weather goes. It looks like some frigid weather is just around the corner. Gotta love it. Coming up here, WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. And let me tell you, I love numbers. 1040s, 1099s, W-2s, all of them. With TaxSlayer, anyone can file a federal return for just $22.99. You'll get 100% accuracy and your biggest possible refund guaranteed. Now those are great numbers. Need help along the way? We've got US-based real human support. File by February 8th for just $22.99 and get the refund you deserve. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Maybe you haven't heard about us. We're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless has you paying for more data than you might need. Why? They might want you to cover the costs of younger people who do use all that data. If you're not using the data, you're probably being used. We've heard time and time again that some Big Wireless customers get stuck paying hundreds and even thousands more for years and years because they think it's hard to switch. Not with us. It takes just about 20 minutes and you can change your plan anytime without extra charges. We use the same towers as the big guys, so you'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Our plans start at just $20 a month, and for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for over 50 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedantiques.com.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I watched part of the Golden Globes last night. I thought they were interestingly without a lot of political talk. There really wasn't much. There were a few references indirectly, but really not much at all. Last night it was all about Hollywood and TV, right? The Golden Globes is more of television, but that includes all the streaming, right? There's just so much, so many different shows that are out there. From the Pit was a big winner. I'm not surprised there. The Bear didn't win, I don't think. But that's a great show. That's coming back soon. There's just so much great TV. I was seeing all these movies, and I'm like, I don't know these movies. We don't know movies like we did, well, like we used to. Right?
I know. You know what? Something noticeably missing is the movie preview, right? The commercial that promotes the movie.
Yeah.
This summer. You know, all that stuff. You don't see those anymore. They're not really advertised.
They're out there. I mean, there were a few during the Golden Globes last night, but the reason you don't see them as often is because there aren't as many big blockbuster major investments in the movies that go just in theaters. But, you know, there's so many different streaming services. It's so hard to keep track. It's like you're going directly to the movie maker, the movie company, to get your content now. It's nuts. But I have some clips from that we'll get into coming up in a little bit. Let's see. As we said, the playoffs are set for this weekend. Almost. The NFL wild card round, a game you'll hear here on WIBX tonight. And the playoffs continues tonight when the Houston Texans visit the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff tonight. The game is here on IBX. On ESPN and ABC. What do you think about this game?
I actually think the Steelers, after an ugly win to get in, I like Rodgers and Metcalf. DK Metcalf is coming back from that suspension for throwing the punch at a fan. It's in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin always seems to have some magic. I mean, the Texans are a younger up-and-coming team. Obviously, C.J. Stroud. I think I'm leaning toward Pittsburgh, though.
It is the winner of this game will face the Patriots. I was shocked at this Patriots game last night. That was almost no scoring. I think it was 6-3 at the half, and nothing really happened in the third quarter.
Yeah,
and then the Patriots pulled away in the fourth quarter. But they will play, and I'm not sure when that game will. That game will be on Sunday. If I'm correct.
I think so, yeah.
Whether it's whoever they play. And then, of course, the Bills with Denver. There's a good chance it's if the Bills can get past Denver, a rematch of the Bills-Patriots. A third time that they would play them. But, of course, got to get past Denver this weekend. And Denver's been looking really, really good. And the Bills really are. Are you nervous about the fact that Josh Allen and the Bills, Davey, are really kind of beaten up? A lot of injuries. Allen certainly has like 3 injuries himself he's dealing with. So you got a team that every time he runs the ball, I get nervous.
Well, they took him to the blue tent there. And
a couple times.
Yeah. And then on that one throw, he hit one of the Jaguars defensive guys' helmet, and he was shaking his hand. But Shakir looked real good with receiving, and Brandon Cooks looked good yesterday too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Although he dropped that one that got
but if you listen to Romo, it's like, see, they're only gaining 6 yards here. This is coming so hard. Everything that's happening. This is why I'm telling you, Jacksonville's going to go all the way. I'm just telling you, Jim, Jacksonville's going all the way. And because everything is coming so hard for the Bills. I mean, okay, all right, they just got a first down, but still, do you see how hard everything is coming slow and hard for the Bills? I mean, by the end of the game, he's eating his words and then making sound effects. He drove me nuts during that game. And I used to like Romo. And the other thing is, it was amazing to see him call the play before the play.
Yeah.
Well, now, there are certain moments where there were things that had already happened, and he's trying to make a prediction, and then he throws in at the last second after you see the ball's being run up the middle. He's like, what would I do? Run up the middle. Well, yeah, they're running up the middle right now. Of course, that's what you'd do. Annoying to me. Very annoying. Read up, Google it. It's all over the internet. Remember that house? There was a bear living underneath the house, and it had been there for quite some time, like 6 weeks. It had crawled into a crawl space underneath the people's home, and the bear was living underneath there. They had brought in a trap to get the bear, and another bear came in and got caught in the trap. So Ken Johnson 6 weeks ago found himself in that very difficult situation when a black bear burrowed itself a cozy little home directly beneath his home. After air horns, flavored baits, and traps did not work, neighbors and volunteers brought in the paintball guns. After 20 minutes of paintball action, the bear got the point and was evicted. Now Johnson has a GoFundMe set up to help pay for all the damage caused underneath his home because the bear was causing massive damage under there.
Yeah, and he's probably going to want to do a GoFundMe for a fence because what stops the bear from coming back?
You got to make sure there's no access hole for the bear. Otherwise, this just continues all over again, right? Last night, as I mentioned, the Golden Globes were on. Here is a bit of a montage of some of the winners from last night.
Best performance by a female actor in a musical or comedy.
Gene Smart. Best performance by a male actor in a TV series, musical or comedy. Seth Rogen.
Best television series comedy.
The Studio.
Female actor in a TV series drama.
Ray Seahorn.
Best performance by a male actor in a TV series drama. Noah Wiley. Best television series drama. The Pit!
Yeah, I mean, the Pit won really big for good reason. Noah Wiley there, who was on ER. Do you remember who he was on ER with? Was George Clooney. And I don't know, some think that maybe George Clooney will make an appearance on the Pit at some point to serve as a reunion for them. Who knows? Also, Jean Smart, is that her name? Hacks. If you ever get a chance to watch a really good series, it's about almost like one of the classic female comedians, like a Joan Rivers, plays that character, and she's making a comeback and ends up landing The Tonight Show. And it's all about her. It's really good. And hacks, obviously a word that we use to describe a comedian who is just up there telling dirty jokes to get a rise and not being creative. It would be a hack, I would think. Jimmy Fallon, not a hack.
Not a hack.
No. A man in Nevada is in some trouble after allegedly stealing a bulldozer, smashing it into a police. I saw this video on TV. Smashing it into a police cruiser and then trying to run all of them over. Here's some of the 911 calls from that incident.
So I have a guy trying to steal a bulldozer.
Hey, stop! Stop!
And he just destroyed a police car.
Get on the ground!
Not to get everybody going, but, this guy didn't end up getting shot and killed. After all of that, he didn't end up getting shot and killed. Amazing. Probably because it was police that were dealing with him and not ICE. The annual Worst in Show Awards are given out at the CES 26. The awards track gadgets that are invasive, wasteful, or fragile. Some of the this is the high-tech show that came out. And
right, but this is the bad side.
This is the bad stuff. Some of the products were an eye-tracking AI soulmate companion for combating loneliness, please, a musical lollipop, and a new AI feature for doorbell cameras. Here is Cassie Lawrence of Lollipop Star, I don't know what that is, talking about the musical lollipop they invented.
So Lollipop Star is a lollipop where as you eat it, you start hearing the music and you enjoy music while you're enjoying the lollipop. It uses bone conduction technology. So from the back of your mouth, you'll start to feel the different vibrations that go up into your ear.
Okay.
Are we, well, this guy listed as one of the worst.
Yeah.
But, I mean, your kids would love it.
I don't know. How much does it cost and how
That's
long
a good
do you
point.
have to spend
How much
eating
is
this
that?
lollipop to hear the song?
How much is that lollipop? That's
Yes.
a very good question. That's just some of what they're calling bad tech. Today is Kiss a Ginger Day. Last Monday was Divorce Day, if you remember, and all of last week. It's the time where people have gotten through the holidays and they've been holding off on. They didn't want to ask for a divorce during the holidays, but it really lasts like a couple of weeks here into January, and statistics say it is quite real. But Kiss a Ginger Day would be a great way that could lead you to that divorce.
Yeah, if your wife's not the ginger.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ginger, anything you want to comment on?
No, and this is in an HR world that we live in today. I'm surprised that this still exists. Shouldn't somebody get canceled for this?
I would think so. Yeah, probably. And a 44-year-old guy in Michigan is facing charges for firing a gun outside a middle school last week after they wouldn't let him pick up his kid. I saw a video of this one. Crazy. Video of his arraignment is going viral because he refused to state his name, plugged his ears with his fingers during the point where the charges were being read, and cussed out the judge. Here is Shantez Marchand Gregory's interaction with the judge there.
Sir, would you state your name for me, please?
No, goodbye. When you talk to you, playing with me. Goodbye.
Mr. Gregory, would you state your name for the record, please?
Did you hear that?
I heard you, sir, but
goodbye.
you to state your name for the record, sir.
Don't play with me. Goodbye.
Mr. Gregory?
You open that door. I'm ready. It's dinner, sir.
Sir, this is Judge Martin. I'm trying to get you arraigned on this matter. Would you state your name for me, sir?
Yeah, this is not good. This seems like somebody's lost it and decided to take a gun to the school and is now, or it's a great defense. I mean, is this man fit to face conviction? Probably not.
I don't think so. Don't play with him, though.
Yeah, don't play with me. Don't play with me. And maybe I have time. What's something you'd like to stop caring about so much in 2026? I think this is an interesting question. You spent your whole life and maybe 2025 worrying about this, caring about this, obsessed with this. What's the one thing you'd like in 2026 to just stop caring about?
Maybe my weight or this sneeze that I have that won't come.
People are listing what they don't care about on Reddit. Popular answers include trendy clothing, sports, the holidays, and things you can't control, like sports and the holidays. Things you can't control. I think there's probably a lot. Like I think we'd talking about COVID. I'd like to be done with that. Talking about the measles. Talking about politics. Talking about holy crap. There's so much I would love if we didn't have to talk about it. But my guess is we're probably going to be dealing with these topics for quite some time. Into 2026.
Yeah.
No doubt. So this hour, Angela will be in, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. And it's Antique Price is Right. His new store is Handshake Antiques, opening up right over there, right on the same side as where Cavallo's was, Randall's Pharmacy, all over in that area.
Right next to Giorgio's.
Right next to Giorgio's is where his place is, Handshake Antiques. And he's going to have some antiques, and we'll do a little Antique Prices Right. And you could walk away a winner of a gift card of sorts to his new place. Pretty cool. All of it coming up next hour at WIBX.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Any suggestions there, Davey?
5850.
Well, I could do that. All right, as I was saying, the weather's about to get cold. We'll have colder weather today, of course, maybe a little rain tomorrow and then Wednesday, but by Thursday, we're back into some really cold temperatures. Ray Stagik will have the full weather forecast for you coming up top of the hour, so get ready for that. All right, hey, we have news coming up. The next hour, Angelo's going to be in here, and we're going to do a little Antique Price is Right. Also, Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. Coming right up. at WIBX.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
The situation is under total control. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Iran's foreign minister is saying about the protests that have raged for days, blaming Israel and the U.S.
They rule through violence, but we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options.
President Trump on Air Force One last night also says Iran wants to negotiate. He has threatened to take action if Iran kills protesters, and human rights activists say there have been more than 500 deaths, over 10,000 people taken into custody.
A source in Tehran has told the BBC that the city is like a war zone, with streets full of blood and bodies being taken away in trucks. Anti-government demonstrators have been on the streets for the past 2 weeks in cities across Iran. Authorities there have turned off the internet and telephone lines.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. There have been anti-ICE protests across America.
We want justice! We want peace!
That's in Los Angeles. In the anger over last week's shooting in Minneapolis that left a woman dead, Homeland Security maintains she was interfering with ICE operations and then drove toward an immigration agent. Secretary Kristi Noem tells Fox Sunday Morning Futures hundreds more agents are going to Minneapolis.
To allow our ICE and our Border Patrol individuals that are working in Minneapolis to do so safely.
The Federal Reserve Chairman is now under federal investigation over his testimony to Congress about Fed building renovations. The president has harshly criticized Jerome Powell for not cutting interest rates as much or as fast as he wants. The Fed chair in a video statement last night says,
"In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor."
They gave out the Golden Globes last night on CBS.
And the winner is One Battle After Another.
Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another about the deep political battles in America took home 4 awards, including Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Hamnet won 2, including Best Picture Drama.
Fox's Michelle Polino. The TV shows that won the Pit the Studio at Adolescence. America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Back to President Trump on Air Force One following Friday's meeting with oil executives about rebuilding Venezuela's oil industry after the U.S. operation that captured leader Nicolas Maduro. The president suggested ExxonMobil may not take part after that company's CEO had said that Venezuela is uninvestable.
No, I didn't like Exxon's response. We have so many that want it. I'd probably be inclined to keep Exxon out.
Now, there's something in Congress the president also does not like.
A series of votes are expected that could lead to final passage of a resolution to limit President Trump's war powers in Venezuela, which the president has threatened to veto if it ends up on his desk. 5 Republicans in the Senate voted with Democrats to advance the legislation last week, Meanwhile, bipartisan talks are ongoing for a compromise on extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits, but any deal will need 60 votes in the Senate. Lawmakers are also working on a deal to fund the government to avoid a shutdown with a deadline at the end of January. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
There's drama in New York City. Thousands of nurses walked off the job going on strike this morning at 3 hospital systems. On Wall Street, there could be a sell-off to start the week. Dow futures down almost 400 points. In the NFL playoffs,
there will be a new Super Bowl champion this year.
Purdy, pressure, steps up, touchdown San Francisco!
Courtesy Fox, Brock Purdy hit Christian McCaffrey on a late touchdown pass to knock out the defending champion Eagles 23-19. In the AFC, Josh Allen ran in the go-ahead score with just over a minute to play to beat the Jaguars 27-24 and talked about it afterwards.
To have the wherewithal to, again, not blink, and I think that's just the mantra that we've adopted this year of if we've got time left and we got the ball, we got a shot.
And finally, in their first playoff game since 2021, the Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3. I'm Tim McMaster, Fox News.
Tonight, the last wild card game, the Houston Texans against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies and 26 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:05. This news update brought to you by the Stanley Center for the Arts. One person was killed in a structure fire on Dawn Drive in the city of Rome. The United County Sheriff's Office says the fire was called in the early morning hours Saturday. An adult male was located outside with burns to his hands and face. After the blaze was extinguished, one person was also found deceased inside. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The cause is still under investigation. Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado will be in Utica tonight hosting a town hall meeting. He's set to appear at the Jewish Community Center on Oneida Street. It's part of a campaign stop in his bid to unseat his boss, Governor Kathy Hochul. The event is from 6 to 8 p.m. The primary for governor will come in June. State officials are back in Albany. Members of the Senate and Assembly say they're focusing on improving affordability and mitigating the impacts of federal policies on New York. This as they look to craft a budget for the state. However, one advisor for public interest and the Public Interest Research Group believes lawmakers cannot work in a bipartisan way because it's an election year, and they'll mostly be focused on making themselves look good. The budget deadline is April 1st. The race for New York's 22nd congressional district takes a turn as Assemblyman John Lamondis is bowing out of the race. He announced his candidacy last year to challenge Democrat Congressman John Mannion, but he says he is now out of the race and instead will run for re-election for his 126th district assembly seat. And Bill, checking local gas prices, they seem to be falling pretty quick lately. This is a composite price here. It says, AAA says the average cost for a gallon of fuel now $2.98, down 3 cents in the past week and 9 cents over the past month. Currently, the statewide average, $3. Nationally, it is at $2.79, but it seems to have fallen quite quickly in the last week and a half. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:08. Here's your Weather Center forecast.
Winter's trying to fight back to our north. Winter weather advisories for lake effect snow and snow showers over the next couple of days. We'll get some snow showers in here today. Really not looking for much in the way of accumulation. About 34. Tonight, some snow showers around 29. Cloudy tomorrow, close to 40 degrees. And that may lead to some rain showers Wednesday and then eventually colder with snow showers back Thursday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy and 26. It's 7:08. All right, Josh Allen gets it done again. 2 rushing touchdowns. He threw for another, connecting with Dalton Kincaid. The Bills rally late for a 27-24 win over the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Matt Prater was in, kicked a 50-yarder. Matter of fact, did he have 2? He had a 47 and a 50. Yeah, so it was good to see him shake off whatever injuries he had. Josh Allen doing the same. It was a hand, it was a foot, it was an ankle, a knee. He seemed to be banged up. He was in the tent twice, I think. The blue
Once
tent.
for concussion as well. in a tackle. Somebody came right down on his head, but he was okay.
The Bills do get the victory. They advance now. They will take on the Broncos in Denver. Bill, that game will be next Saturday. We don't yet know the time. Elsewhere in the league, a new Super Bowl champ will be crowned this year as the Eagles are out. The 49ers upset Philadelphia 23-19. San Fran now takes on Seattle in the divisional round. Elsewhere, the Patriots, they beat the Chargers last night 16-3. On Saturday, the Bears rallied to knock off the Green Bay Packers, and the Rams survived the Carolina Panthers. We'll have a game for you right here tonight on WIBX. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Houston Texans. Our coverage begins at Smitty 7:30, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock coverage will begin. All right, elsewhere, the Utica Pioneers beat Nazareth at home 5-1 on Saturday night. The Comets fell 4-2. That ends their 4-game point streak. That was a road loss on Saturday. In the NBA, the Knicks...
Boy, they just dominated Syracuse with a 3-0 win on Friday. I was at that game. It was good to see, considering Syracuse is one of the top teams in the league.
Yeah, and it was a 4-game that extended the 4-game point streak for the Comets, but again, that snapped over the weekend. The Knicks beat the Blazers 123-114. The Nets lose to the Grizzlies 103-98. College hoops, Syracuse beat Pittsburgh on Saturday. They will now play Florida State tomorrow. The Orange are 11-5. It's a 9 o'clock start, tomorrow's game. Smitty, what, ACC Network? On the ACC Network. I did the Pioneers. I did the Comets. Utica City FC was at the Adirondack Bank Center yesterday, and they picked up a victory as well.
All right.
So
Davey.
When you were there on Friday, Bill, did they throw a lot of socks onto the ice?
They did. I was surprised there weren't more. But there were, a lot of socks went on the ice when they scored first. There was no score in the first period, and the Comets came out, and we were just walking to our seats, so I didn't see what had happened. But they had scored, and everybody's throwing the socks onto the ice, and I'm thinking maybe because they didn't change the score, it was still 0-0, and I'm like, is there some rule? Because this has all got to be passed through the AHL in order to suspend play for a while, and I'm like, is there some rule where if they don't score in the first period, they just come out and blow the whistle and everybody throws on and onto the ice? But then they changed the score, and it turns out they scored. And then they scored again, and then it opened that goal in the end to win 3-0. Big win for the Comets. All right, coming up, we'll speak with Ryan Schmelz, Fox News Radio. Hobica's free money question this morning is worth how much? Davey.
$155.
$155. Okay.
Lance and Lee commenting via the WIBX 950 mobile app. Lance and Lee says maybe Lance from Lee is really Tony Romo.
Oh, could be.
I don't get the reference, though.
I don't think, Lance, to be honest, I don't think you're that annoying. I mean,
gotcha.
See? Yeah, I don't think you're that annoying.
I gotcha.
Mike, I was thinking about the potential of the United States getting directly involved in Iran. One of the things here is, as the students and these people were protesting in Iran, President Trump last week went on Truth Social and said, a direct message to Iran, if these hostages are hurt, we will come in and finish the job. So as these protesters are being interviewed on the streets of Iran, they're referencing the fact that they feel like that President Trump has their back, and that if there's just kind of some element of protection that they have. Well, that didn't seem to work out. Now, maybe we're still going to attack. Let's hope not. But there have been, I think, 60 protesters killed. There's a huge amount of protesters that have been detained and are now in jail. So I'm not sure we're coming to the rescue.
Right.
And I'm not sure we want to do that and get into it could be the one thing that lights the timber, the kindling for a world war.
I thought when the pension kicked in, we retired from being the world's policeman. Didn't we?
I thought that was the goal of
no more patrol
of President Trump, but
Retire and play with the grandkids? Wasn't that the plan?
He continues saying, "What is the president? That there is his feeling to have always get involved in other national issues. Why do presidents feel that way? It's sort of like you have an unpopular neighbor in the neighborhood. Meanwhile, in your house, you have a family member with an addiction problem. You're deeply in debt, and you're having problems with your marriage. So, what do you do? You get yourself involved against the bad neighbor? Why?" And Trump's not the only one who's done this. It's just more pronounced because he has pushed this America isolationist policy that apparently we are not doing. And then finally, I think Davey would have kissed Ginger, who was on Gilligan's Island. Yes, because she was a ginger.
Well, I would have too.
Was she your favorite? Yeah, on Gilligan's Island. Let me go to Ryan Schmelz, Fox News Radio, on the line right now. Ryan, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Biggest winner from last night, I would say Brock Purdy.
Yeah. You had to, and why do you say that?
I just think, well, I think when you take what the hand that the 49ers were dealt going into the season, where it's like, oh, it's going to be a rebuilding year. They lost so many guys like Deebo Samuel, a couple other guys to free agency. You know, this is Brock Purdy's contract coming back to haunt them. And then, you know, I mean, look, Mac Jones played extremely well, but for him to be able to upset the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round, which is arguably the best team in the NFC, and to do it in that fashion and to pretty much go to now to the second round and prove that he is not the 49ers' problem if they're not winning the Super Bowl, I think was quite substantial. I mean, Kyle Shanahan also a big winner this year too. So, yeah.
I can see that, and really, we have a lot of Eagles fans here. Sad morning for them. Boy, you just knew they were not going to convert, and you just had that feeling the game was over. And what a victory for the 49ers. So, yep,
absolutely,
yep. And of course, the Buffalo Bills coming into Denver this weekend on Saturday, and I got to tell you, Ryan, beaten up. There are many injuries, and Josh Allen is just hanging on here. I mean, every time he runs the ball, I worry it's going to be the one that knocks him out of the game.
Yeah, and I think people have said that this might be one of the worst Bills teams that he's had since he's been in Buffalo. But, you know, with the AFC wide open, why the heck can't he pull it off this year? So we'll see what happens.
We will,
I mean, look, he's playing probably the best team in the AFC next week, and that's going to be quite the showdown. And who are the Bills now going to play? They're going to play the winner of tonight's game, right?
No, they get Denver.
The Bills play Denver, and then
I'm sorry, not
the
Bills.
Patriots.
Patriots
will play the winner of tonight's game. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So chances are, you know, if again, who knows right now? You just don't know. But you would think the Patriots have been pretty good. And although I was really surprised they had no offense going for 3 quarters yesterday, it was like a defensive battle with only 9 points scored for the longest time.
Yep. There was some weirdness that happened this weekend. Yeah. I mean, look, the Rams got up on the Panthers, and you thought that was going to be a blowout. The next thing you know, the Panthers get the lead, and Matthew Stafford has to go MVP mode just to get his team past the 7 and what was it, 8 and 9 team. So that was an awesome game too.
And can somebody answer the question for me? Why do we do this? What is the overhead measurement? The artificial intelligence measurement, or whatever the hell we're calling it.
It's a digital something.
The digital
virtual measurement.
I mean, why are we even doing that? I mean,
that's a good question.
That should be an automatic. Okay, we aren't able to see anything here with the overhead camera. Move on. Instead, they're turning it into some
I guess
big deal.
You don't have to bring the chains out anymore, where they do the hand gesture, where they put their hands close together and they go, it's that short.
But it's not overly accurate.
Well, it's funny because yesterday was it the Bills game? It must have been the Bills game. They used it, and then Buffalo challenged the spot.
And won. Clearly, he had
his shin was down or something. Yeah. So Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
it only works when they spot the ball properly. So
That's exactly.
So it was overturned, and the Bills ended up, what was that, 4th down? I don't remember if the Bills got it or they
that
went
was
for a field
that was
goal.
on a 3rd down, I believe. Okay, Ryan. So we do have some movement on these Obamacare subsidies, but will it get through the Senate? What do we know?
Yeah, I mean, look, the bill that was passed out of the House probably is not going to get a vote in the Senate. It was voted on through a discharge petition that Democrats put on the floor. You had a number of House Republicans sign on to that. When it got on the floor, you had over a dozen vote for it. But the reality is that most of them, and I believe Mike Lawler kind of falls into this category, were saying the reason they voted for the bill was to hope that they could, put some pressure on the Senate to put a compromise bill or some type of compromise bill on the floor that would look a little bit different down the road.
Yeah.
So, there's income caps that could be up for play, other reforms like that, and maybe more of a 2-year extension rather than a 3-year extension.
But it does look like something's going to come out of this. I mean, if nothing was done, this would be really, really bad going into the midterms.
Oh, I mean, yes, that's the reality, is that healthcare is slowly becoming the number 2 issue heading into the midterms behind the economy and affordability. So, some of these Republicans have said they want to see something done. Now, there's this talk of doing a potential another reconciliation bill that would, only require 50 votes in the Senate to pass that, a simple majority. Now, whether or not Republicans can get the votes in the House to do something like that and what that would even look like is still up in the air.
Okay. All right. Interesting stuff. We'll do it again soon, Ryan. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Coming up, we'll do Habakkuk's free money question of the day and some more comments that we have here this morning to get you going, get you started for another work week here at WIBX.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions. From AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Considering a new bed? Mattress Express is upstate New York's largest bedding specialty retailer. No one in New York State has all the brands under one roof that Mattress Express has. That means we have the largest selection. With our guaranteed lowest price program, if you buy anywhere else, you will overpay for your next mattress. Here's how it works. Simply bring in a locally advertised price on a brand we carry, and we will beat the price. Furthermore, if within 90 days of purchase you see that mattress advertised for less, bring it to our attention. We will refund the difference. Guaranteed lowest price. Now, waiting for your tax return? Don't wait. Right now we have no money down, no interest for 12 months, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Go to mattressexpressny.com for a location nearest you. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. Don't overpay for your next mattress.
With great savings rates and debt solutions to help you refocus your finances, the new year is full of possibility with AmeriQ Credit Union. Whatever your goals, AmeriQ has the right loan solutions to help you consolidate past debt, financial reviews to help you budget for the present, and certificate rates that'll help you save for the future. Possibility starts here with AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey, listen, portions of the program brought to you by River Hills Properties. And River Hills continues to grow, and they're dedicated to the people here in upstate New York when it comes to selling your home. It's all about service and the extra things that they do, the extra things, services that they provide from the very beginning. They're with you, and everything from the book, 40 to 100 pages, which is like the manual for the home. It's really a great tool that's given out to any prospective buyer. And, of course, no lockbox. Every time your house is shown, your listing agent is there to make sure the door is open, make sure the house is ready to be shown. These are all the extra things that are done, all part of the deal. River Hills Properties. They have offices in Barneveld and Little Falls, Utica, to the north in Copenhagen and Newport, and coming soon to Rome. And River Hills Properties, now on the amazing Gulf Coast of Florida. A full team of River Hills agents, like our own Andrew Dominio, Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island. It's beautiful. Maybe a little cool for them down there these days.
Oh, yeah.
Upper 60s.
I feel terrible for them.
315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. Yeah, what was it? It was like I think yesterday's game in Jacksonville for the Bills was in the 60s. Cold.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
They call that hoodie weather, where you're wearing, you're just so frigid.
Yeah, the breeze down there is terrible and brings the wind chill down there. Brought it down to 63.
Yeah,
it was
just
terrible.
Just terrible.
Speaking of Andrew, by the way, because you were talking about River Hills Properties, Lance and Lee says, has anyone done a welfare check on the Wolfman, Andrew?
Andrew was in town, actually, this week.
That was a tough loss Saturday night.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about the Packers. Yeah.
I hope his television survived.
Well, when you own the team, when you're a team owner, it hits you a little harder.
It does. He's got some decisions to make this offseason. So
look at this group, though. I mean, you have all of these teams that are the Ravens out, Kansas City Chiefs out, now the Eagles out. I mean, if the Bills don't make it past this weekend, this is going to be quite an interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's nice to get some new blood in there. But the interesting thing is, just like I feel about the Yankees in the playoffs, they're like the villain, you know? It's interesting to watch so you can root against them, at least my perspective. I know Yankees fans certainly don't root against them. And when you get like, you know, I know a lot of people hate the Chiefs because Mahomes and Reed are always there. Some people don't like the Eagles because they're frequently in it or have been for the past 5 years. So yeah, some new names and faces in there. Among them, of course, Caleb Williams, who again did it again in the fourth quarter. I'm still kind of shocked because I really thought that was some fluky stuff going on in the regular season, but that was a huge comeback Saturday night.
Mike says the final straw for Romo was at the end of the game when he said, "You know what? I feel sorry for the Jaguars." I mean, all game long, he was apologizing. All game long, he was predicting. All game long, all you could hear was, see how hard every yard for Cook, every passing yard for Josh Allen. You see how hard everything's coming so hard. I got to tell you, the Bills are going to be lucky if they can hold on to this game. And then he's basically saying he's going away depressed because the Jacksonville didn't win. It was just so annoying. On top of being annoying anyway. Very, very bothersome.
I'm skim reading an article here that talks about people calling for him to be replaced now after his broadcast yesterday. I
mean, there are people that are fuming over it. And it isn't just the Buffalo stuff. It's the fact that for some reason, he's making these weird sound effects with his mouth.
I guess I didn't have the TV loud enough.
I did hear it, but I didn't know. I think at one point, Jim Nantz was like, "Was that you?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was me. Sorry."
I gotta find some audio on this.
Yeah, a little weird, a little odd. Not sure about all of it. All right, coming up, we'll do Angelo's Antique Price is Right, and he's opening a new antique store, and he'll bring in some antique items. You could win some gift cards to his new place, and I think it'll be a fun little contest. Some of the antiques that he has chosen.
Big Honey's looking to rile you up this morning.
Well, I don't know what he can do. I mean, I'm a happy guy today.
Have you noticed how the Democrat politicians have kept their mouth shut on the Iran situation so they can oppose Trump's decision when it comes?
Oh, so let me just say, so you think we should go in and start a war with Iran? Big Honey? I don't think anybody's keeping quiet. I think people are holding their breath. Like, what is he going to do next? I would say, to be honest with you, the rabid Trump supporters are the ones that seem to be a little quiet right now. The people that used to be in your face, I don't know. I'm not sure I would feel all that good these days. I mean, just one picture of Trump dancing is enough to say what's going on in this guy's head. Used to be that little dance thing was kind of funny. Now it's getting weird. There's a lot of weird crap going on, and a lot of weird things that he's saying these days. So I wouldn't worry about Democrats. And by the way, registered Republican. Sorry, Big Honey.
Did he say? I read this in the update last hour about Iran. There's some people being killed over there that aren't supposed to be killed.
Yeah. And last week he basically said that if you touch them, if you hurt any of these protesters, we're coming in and we're going to end it for you once and for all. So, all these protesters are out there saying, listen, he's got our back. Well, do we? Do we? Or are they just going to ultimately be killed and put into prisons? I don't know. Big Honey. I don't know. And by the way, Big Honey, I don't know where the Bills are going. They could lose in Denver this week. And if they do, it's going to be because the elevation, right? It's very difficult. You get lightheaded. You get headaches. It'll be the elevation, probably. No. You got to give a lot of credit, whether you like Josh Allen or you don't, Big Honey. You got to give him some credit here. He's playing injured, and once again, he has willed a Bills win, basically placing the Bills on his shoulders, literally doing it yesterday. Did you see that run up the middle yesterday? It just didn't end. He just kept going and going and going and almost scored the touchdown, went down, and actually they initially called it a touchdown, but after the replay, they took it away. But, you got to be thinking Josh Allen's looking pretty good as opposed to being the has-been that Big Honey said he would be.
Right. I was going to say, Big Honey said he had peaked, right? He was on his way down.
It's all over.
On the decline.
Has been. All right, I'm going to ask you updates and news. We'll do Habakkuk's free money question of the day. Davey is saying this morning we're going to have our first 2026 winner, albeit $155, along with some other cool things. He's saying we may have our first winner this morning of the year. We'll see. Hobica's free money question is coming up here at WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're in your neighborhood. Find the location nearest you and book your appointment at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit goodrx.com to save today.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com. Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Bill, we have cloudy skies, 26 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:36. Iran says that any U.S. attack would lead to Tehran striking Israel and the U.S. military and shipping assets in the Middle East. Israel and Washington have reportedly discussed the possibility of U.S. intervention to support the ongoing protests in Iran. The current unrest began in late December when the Iranian currency plummeted to an all-time low against the U.S. dollar. Hundreds have reportedly been killed since. Nobel Peace Prize organizers say Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado cannot share her award. Machado has expressed a desire to give the award to President Trump after she won the prize in October. The Norwegian Nobel Committee and Norwegian Nobel Institute have warned the award cannot be revoked, shared, or transferred to others.
You just can't make up this crap. Because she's like, listen, this is the way I'm going to get in. The way you get things done is you do nice things to President Trump, and then he'll like you, and then he'll appoint you president of Venezuela. I mean, that's what you have to do. If you're like Exxon and you come out and you say something President Trump doesn't want to hear, good luck, because you're on the outs. And that's what happened over the weekend. They said that the infrastructure is such a mess in Venezuela. They don't want any part of it. So, no, you're not quitting. I'm firing you. No, you don't want any part of it. I don't want you to have any part of it. So I think that's where we are right now.
A man driving a U-Haul truck drove into a group of protesters in Los Angeles supporting protests in Iran. Los Angeles firefighters say 2 people were evaluated at the scene and declined treatment. Cell phone video shows the driver being punched as a group of people tried to get him out of the truck, eventually taken into custody. NASA is bringing the International Space Station crew home early after one astronaut fell ill in orbit. The crew member is reported to be in stable condition, but the move marks the first medical evacuation in ISS history. The 4 astronauts are now set to splash down off the California coast Thursday morning, several weeks ahead of schedule. And Bill, Denver public schools are blocking the use of AI, the AI tool ChatGPT, for students effective today. The district expressed growing concerns about new features coming from the platform this year, including a feature that allows up to 20 people to chat in a group, increasing the chances for academic misconduct and cyberbullying. WIBX 950 AM 90.
Just think about this for a second. When you were in high school, you had to write a paper. There was the threat that maybe you paid somebody in your class to write the paper for you, or somebody else wrote the paper for you. Now the worry is that these papers are being written by AI, and how if you're a professor or a teacher, how do you? I mean, it's almost like we have to change the way we do our testing. Like, you literally would have to say, all right, now while you're sitting here right in front of me, I want you to write this report. Otherwise, how can we tell they're not using AI?
I agree. I don't know the answer. I think
it's a crazy world.
In some cases, you can copy and paste the text and put it in to essentially like a search box, and it'll tell you maybe how it was generated or if it came from AI. But
yeah, there's no way of getting around that. Prompts are key in artificial intelligence. And after you cheat and you have something written by AI, you put in the final prompt that says, and make this AI bot undetectable. So there's a bot out there that can detect and say, yes, we believe this was written by AI. So the people are putting in a prompt after, at the very end, saying, rewrite this so it doesn't look like it's AI. And that works. It's crazy.
Here's your Weather Center forecast from Ray Stajic.
Winter's trying to fight back to our north. Winter weather advisories for lake effect snow and snow showers over the next couple of days. We'll get some snow showers in here today. Really not looking for much on the way of accumulation. About 34. Tonight, some snow showers around 29. Cloudy tomorrow, close to 40 degrees. And that may lead to some rain showers Wednesday and then eventually colder with snow showers back Thursday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy, 26 at 741. Big Honey says, I stand firm on my Josh Allen prediction. You guys all see it too. Just stop.
Okay. Yep, you're right. His wife, by the way, was on, and there was during the Golden Globes, there was a shout out from the announcer that said, brought her out. She was a presenter, but also won as part of one of the shows, Sinners, or one that she's a part of. She won, so she actually got a Golden Globe last night and presented as well. And there was a shout out to Josh Allen and the Bills from the announcer, not her, but she is very pregnant.
Oh, she is.
Oh yeah, yipper.
Well, then maybe it is downhill.
Could be from there. Listen. Once he got married, Big Honey, I would agree.
Priorities change.
It could be downhill from there, right? I guess it could be. But I got to tell you, he's looking strong right now. Davey, it's Hovica's free money question of the day this morning. You're coming out with $150, not $150, $155. And right now you're looking for caller number what?
7.
Are you predicting we have our first winner of 2026 here?
Nope.
Nope, he's not.
Okay. I just was telling everybody you were predicting that. You've changed your mind?
I guess so.
All right. That's Davey.
Smitty's in a mood today. You know, I asked Smitty what he thought about the Bills game Monday.
I have nothing to say.
Yeah, and they won. That's good.
Yeah, they won. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say, Jeff? What do you want me to say? Although your mother's deviled eggs were something special today. And you know those deviled eggs are on the keto diet. So right in line with what I have to do. All right, here we go. Caller 7 right now at 315-736-0186. Will you be the first winner of 2026? We'll find out next on WIBX.
We're your neighbors, friends, and your family. We care about our community, your business, and most important, you.
We support charities like the United Way, McMahon Ryan Child Advocacy Center, rather members of IBW Local 43 and NECA Contractors. You don't just see our work, you live it. From the JMA Wireless Dome, hospitals, schools, and city buildings, the IBEW is part of the community.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light, power, and grow Central New York.
Attention patriotic Americans. To honor the 250th anniversary of American independence, the United States Mint is striking a groundbreaking American Silver Eagle coin. The 1776 to 2026 W American Silver Eagle is the first dual-dated coin in this series' history. Its inspiring dual date pays tribute to our nation's founding fathers, the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and the spirit of the American Revolution that lives on today in 2026. Now is your chance to get this first-of-its-kind dual-dated American Silver Eagle in perfect proof 70 Ultra Cameo condition, like nothing collectors have ever seen. But hurry, pre-sale slots are limited. With mintage of just 500,000 coins, this release is a true absolute rarity. Secure your 250th anniversary Silver Eagle now with Rare Collectibles TV exclusive pre-sale. Call 800-925-1544 now before they sell out. That's 800-925-1544. 800-925-1544.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Looking for an insurance agency that treats you like family? Look no further than WB Payne Insurance, a family-owned and operated agency serving the community for over 65 years. At WB Payne Insurance, they understand that family comes first, and they're here to protect what matters most to you. Whether it's your home, your car, or your business, they've got you covered. WB Payne Insurance. Learn more or get a quote today by visiting WBPayneco.com. WB Payne Insurance, protecting your family like it's their own, with smart solutions to save you money.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, each day at this time, we'll give somebody a chance to win our free money question of the day. And this morning, it is worth a whopping $155. $155. I think Hope Ike has gotten to him. He finished out the year. Davey finished out the year. We were giving away a lot of money.
Yeah, you said whopping. I don't know if that qualifies.
This doesn't qualify, probably not. But I think Hobaika has gotten to him. I think that's what's happened. On the line, well, first of all, this is the free money question of the day. We do it every day at this time. And it comes from the Hobaika Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobaika, at 315-724-1600. And Larry is from Utica, and he's on the line right now. Larry, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
How you doing? We are going to start off the week with our first 2026 winner.
I'm hoping so.
I think it's doable. Completely doable. So you know the way it works. We're going to give you the question. You'll have 7 seconds to answer. And here we go. Let's not screw around. Here it is. What is the supreme law in the United States? Ready, go.
The Constitution.
Is the supreme law in the United States the Constitution of the United States? That's right, Larry. It absolutely is.
All right.
Now that's the way to do it. As we said, I really felt like we were going to get our first winner. And we do. $155 plus. We'll give you the all-in-one food and fun card from the Comets, Nexus, Taylor and the Cook, Aquavino, etc., etc. Nice job, Larry. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Bill.
All right. You stand by, and Davey is going to hook you up. Beautiful.
All right.
All right. The Constitution, of course, is the supreme law of the land. Other than, it depends. Some people are saying it's the morality of President Trump. That was in the New York Times interview that he did this week, that he doesn't need certainly international law, that he uses his own morality to guide him through, and being that we are the most powerful country in the world, that makes...
It's my guiding principle.
King of the world. Little Titanic reference there. In studio right now is Angelo. Hello, Angelo.
Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. Why do you say it like that?
Nothing. I'm just so excited to see you.
You guys, I'm trying to figure out how to get him on camera. I don't know that I actually have anything set up to get him. Boom! There you're on. Oh, you're all dressed up today.
I got to meet with clients today.
Every day, actually.
Yeah.
He's big on
What did you, when we went out to dinner, what did you call me? Funeral director chic?
Yes, something like that.
Funeral director chic. Okay. Tell me if
It was
you
just
would.
we never knew what would ever come of my grandfather's vest, and he found
did find
it's his size. So
But, you know, Grandpa Manaski looks so peaceful. And I was like, how do I attain that peace?
Tell me, if you could, about your new store, and you're having a big grand opening this week.
This Wednesday at 10 a.m. with the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce, I'm having a grand opening at my antique shop, Handshake Antiques. It's on Genesee Street in New Hartford, next door to Giorgio's, 66 Genesee Street. We've got everything from early primitives, stoneware, all the way up to mid-century modern decor, some vintage fashion, some costume jewelry, and anything in between. My rule has been, if it's old and I like it, I'll sell it.
Okay. My wife got something for me, as you know.
I do.
For Christmas from Angela's Place.
Oh, really? What was it?
Yeah, I'll let you describe it.
It was a very cool. It was an old fire alarm that would have been mounted onto
On a wall.
A wall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Like late 40s, early 50s.
yeah, and it was one of those where you take the thing and you break it and then open and it would allow you to pull the alarm.
Gotcha.
So I immediately put it in our bedroom where it'll sit there unused for a long. There'll be no fire in this bedroom.
Well, it's a. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. It's a conversation piece.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
You guys will be doing a lot of talking in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think it is a conversation piece.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
And
You saw it before it even went out on the showroom floor. I had it in my office.
I did. And you set it aside for me, and then my wife went in. I just kind of forgot about it. And then my wife went in. It was very nice. So you're located, what is the address? Next to
66
Giorgio's.
Genesee Street.
And what are your hours?
My hours are Wednesdays through Saturdays from 10 to 7 and Sundays 11 to 5.
And I will say, you have things in there that are very unique. And you have things in there that I feel like you wouldn't see around here.
Correct.
There is some stuff from out of the area, which I love. Because normally a lot of times these antique things, we see the same stuff over and over again.
Sure.
What are big things you're looking for right now as an antique person?
Well, as a collector, I enjoy, mid-century decor like lamps. I love a good lamp. Vinyl records. I know my records are great.
Yeah.
But for the store, truly, you can go into your basement and I'm sure you're going to pull out some porcelain doll you think is fantastic and it's still in the box and it's from the Danbury Mint or wherever. I would rather, never breathe another breath than have that in my store.
Well, because the Danbury Mint you're already spending $300 on the thing in the first place.
Right.
And it doesn't gain value.
And it's made to be collectible.
It's made to be collectible.
But that
It
being
does
said,
not increase
in your
in
basement,
value.
there's probably something in a tote next to it that you think is
Yes.
completely garbage that I could sell at my store. In fact, so I had my soft opening.
Might be worth a lot of money.
Probably.
Yeah.
I had my soft opening. There we go. Soft opening right before Christmas. And it has been so busy. I've already exchanged a living room set out of the store. I just sold a dining room table. I can't keep up with the large pieces of furniture. So any large piece of furniture that you're interested in selling, I'll give you guys my number. Well, 315-749-5145. You're more than welcome to call me and make an appointment. And if you got a big piece,
What are we giving away? We're going to give away what? What kind of gift card are you going to give
$100
away?
gift card for the store.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
This makes it worth it. I
Yeah.
like it.
But you got to pick it up at the store because I don't know how my gift cards work yet.
Okay, fine. So he'll give you the credit at the store.
Yeah.
All right, Davey, we're going to do a little contest called Antique Price is Right. And let's load the lines up with 3 or 4 people that are willing to take a shot here. And what it'll be is we're going to throw an item, and you tell us how much it's sold for. Is that right?
Well, sold or listed for at my
Listed.
shop. So now
At
what
his
you got
shop.
to, it's kind of different because that is a combination of, sure, eBay sold prices and the general comps.
Put 'em on
However,
hold for me.
it's also a combination of what this local market, what you could sell it for here. It doesn't matter
Right.
if it's an $8,000 piece, but here it's selling for $5,000. It's going to be listed for $5,000 here.
Okay, so this is based on your store.
Yep.
All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play the one and only Antique Price is Right. And we'll start with our first contestant who's standing by the line right now, ready to take a shot at winning the $100 gift card. The way the rules will work is the contestant who comes closest without going over will win the $100 gift card. Right?
That's it.
All right.
And the theme today, Bill, is mid-century.
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 All right, we still have some room for a few callers. 315-736-0186. On the line right now to start things off is John in Bridgewater. Hello, John. Good morning.
Bill Keeler. Good morning. How you guys doing, man?
My big question for you, have you spayed and neutered your animals?
Yeah. Why?
Wasn't that Bob Barker's big thing?
Yeah.
He loved that.
was it? Yeah.
The joke doesn't work if nobody does. If people don't know.
I knew. I laughed.
Thank you for that. Okay, John, we're going to throw
John
it.
goes, yeah, why?
Yeah, why? That's weird. Weird question. Okay, so I am going to throw an item at you. And are you keeping the notes on this?
Yeah.
I'm throwing the item at you, and we're going to calculate it looks like we have Rob and John wanting to play. So we'll have both of them go head-to-head against each other. How about that? And then we'll see which one will win. Rob, you're there in New York Mills?
Here in New York, Millsville, yes.
Okay, all right, let's do this thing. All right, starting with you, John. This is a Rosenthal Continental Bunt Platter. Bunt Bladder?
Bunt Bladder, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a Continental Bunt Bladder coffee service.
The pattern is continental.
And the pattern is Continental. It's porcelain.
Yeah.
Probably.
Rosenthal's a German company.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think it's sold for in Angelo's store already?
I'll go $700.
$700.
Too high.
Okay, Rob, what do you want to say?
$1, Bill.
Okay. Smart. All right. So the first victory goes to Rob. It sold for $50.
$50.
All right.
Really? I thought he sold high end. Okay.
I do sell high-end things, but this is to trick you.
Well, you got to have you're looking for a deal. We're looking for a deal. Okay.
Oh,
Rob,
okay.
you're the star right now. Rob, you lead 1-0. We're changing the rules as we're going along the way. Sure.
Now, also very important to note, if you knew the local area, it's very hard to sell China. Dishes are not hot right now because people don't want to have, or they want to be able to put it in the dishwasher. So anything that you can't put in the dishwasher or the microwave, they don't want it.
This stuff gets ruined in a dishwasher. Okay, Rob, here you go. Here's yours.
Man.
This is yours. A Fire King, how do I say that?
Jadeite butter
Jadeite
dish.
butter dish. A Fire King Jadeite butter dish. I have no idea, but Fire King is a brand.
Fire King is a brand.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think there, Rob?
$20.
$20. John, how much do you think it is for sale at Angelo's store?
$21.
$21. Ding, 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 ding. The answer is
$100.
So congratulations, John. You've tied it up. And now,
all right,
here we go.
Kitchen Collectibles, very hot.
That's really big, yeah. And now here we are with the final tiebreaker of all. One of you will win a $100 gift card from Angelo's new store, Handshake Antiques. All right, starting with you, John. 1970s MCM cone top fireplace. It sold at Angelo's store for how much money? 1970s MCM cone top fireplace.
Yeah. Purchased at Montgomery Ward in 1974.
Montgomery Ward. Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
$150.
$150. Rob, for the win or loss, how much? What price do you give it?
$1.
$1.
Sold
the
for
actual
$1,200.
$1,200.
You sold
the
it?
winner. You sold it for $1,200.
Wow.
That's really good. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is it's our man John in Bridgewater. Congratulations, John. Thank you, Rob, for playing along. John, you receive a $100 gift card good at Handshake Antiques, which is located on Genesee Street in New Hartford. So, John, stand by. Davey's going to hook you up, okay?
Hey, thanks.
All right. I like this contest, to be honest.
Well, it's better than that whole biker thing, you know.
Hey, Bill, real quick.
Yes, sir.
That fire thing, is it open in the front and it has a big tube that comes up the top?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like those. It looked kind of like those clay ones that you can get in stores now, but this is metal. It's really kind of cool.
It's like copper. A buddy of mine just bought one not that long ago. He's got one. I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, take a picture. Maybe Angela would be interested. You never know. All right.
Maybe
he might have bought it from
Angelo.
He may have got it.
That's what I'm going at.
All right. Okay, John. Stand by. Davy's going to hook you up. Nice job, Davy. Okay, the store is open. Check it out Wednesday. Wednesday with a grand
10 a.m.
opening. Got a break. Hold tight.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
The head of the Fed being investigated by the feds. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It's a criminal probe, as Fox's Jill Nato reports after a lot of criticism from the White House.
President Trump has often demanded Fed Chair Jerome Powell lower interest rates, saying it'll pump up the U.S. economy. But Powell didn't do it right away due to concerns it could spur inflation. All this happened as the Fed headquarters were getting renovated. Powell testified to Congress about that, and now the DOJ is looking into whether he was forthcoming in that testimony. Powell put out a video saying the investigation's really being done because he angered the president.
Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats.
The anti-ICE protests are nationwide. That's in Austin, Texas, and the outcry over last week's shooting in Minneapolis they call murder. The Homeland Security insists Renee Good was interfering with ICE and drove toward an immigration agent.
DHS sources tell Fox up to 1,000 additional agents could surge the ground here in Minneapolis in the coming days and weeks. And that comes as DHS Secretary Kristi Noem is defending her assessment of that Renee Good shooting video as domestic terrorism. But the Democratic mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, disagrees and is slamming Secretary Noem.
That's Fox's Matt Finn. There are Death to America chants in Iran and a big demonstration that's counter to the days of protests across Iran calling for regime change, leading to a crackdown. Human rights groups report more than 500 deaths. President Trump has threatened to take action.
Well, he may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up, but we may have to act because of what's happening.
The president also tells reporters on Air Force One Venezuelan oil will no longer go to Cuba to support the regime there.
We're going to take care of the people that came from Cuba that are American citizens or in our country.
They gave out the Golden Globes last night, handing it in one battle after another, where they're winning movies, The Pit, The Studio, and Adolescence, the top TV shows. America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Well, back to President Trump on Air Force One last night. He again says the U.S. has to take control of Greenland. And, of course, that's upset Denmark and our European allies, since Greenland is a Danish territory.
You know what their defense is? 2 dog sleds.
In the meantime, you have Russian destroyers and submarines and China destroyers and submarines all over the place.
The president says he prefers making a deal to acquire Greenland. He just posted on Truth Social that he's the one that saved NATO. Of course, the U.S. and Denmark, NATO allies. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said today the U.S. should not use other countries as a pretext to take over Greenland, adding China is doing in the Arctic what complies with international law. Some hospitals in New York City are scrambling to take care of patients today without nurses who walked off their jobs early this morning.
About 15,000 nurses and 3 hospital systems are striking, according to the New York State Nurses Association. Weekend negotiations between the union and hospitals did not result in a breakthrough. Major issues include staffing levels and workplace safety, with the nurses citing incidents like one last week in which a man with a sharp object barricaded himself in a Brooklyn hospital room and was later killed by police. The union also wants limitations on hospitals' use of artificial intelligence. The nonprofit hospitals involved in the negotiations say they've been working to improve staffing levels, but that the union's demands overall are too costly. In New York City, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, a sell-off is brewing. Dow futures down more than 300 points. In the NFL playoffs, the defending Super Bowl champs are out. The Eagles KO'd by the San Francisco 49ers in Philadelphia 23-19. The New England Patriots won last night, beating the Los Angeles Chargers 16-3. Quarterback Drake May tells NBC.
How about that defense, man? Congrats to the defense. What a night. It was so fun to watch. Props to the fans. That was a great environment. Looking forward to be back at home next week. It was a great win.
The Buffalo Bills also advanced, beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-24. Tonight, Pittsburgh hosts Houston. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 28 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:05. One person was killed in a structure fire on Dawn Drive in the city of Rome. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office says it was called in around 1 a.m. on Saturday morning. An adult male was located outside the home with burns to his hands and face. Meanwhile, after the blaze was extinguished, another person was found deceased inside. The name of the victim has not yet been released, and the cause is still being investigated. Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado will be in Utica tonight hosting a town hall meeting. He's set to appear at the Jewish Community Center on Oneida Street from 6 to 8 p.m. It's part of a campaign stop in his bid to unseat his boss, Governor Kathy Hochul. The primary in the race for governor will come in June. State lawmakers are back in Albany trying to get a deal for this year's budget. Members of the Senate and Assembly say they will focus on improving affordability and mitigating the impacts of federal policies on New York State. However, one advisor for a public interest research group says lawmakers won't work in a bipartisan way because it's an election year and they'll mostly be focused on making themselves look good. The budget deadline is April 1st. One of the candidates running for New York's 22nd Congressional District is dropping out. Assemblyman John Lamond, who announced his candidacy last year, has ended his campaign. He thanked supporters while making the announcement and then said he will focus on being reelected to his 126th District State Assembly seat. John Mannion is currently the congressman who represents the 22nd Congressional District. And checking gas prices in central New York, they are down about 3 cents over the past week, now to an average of $2.98. That price also down 9 cents over the past month. Currently, the statewide average is $3. Even nationally, it is at $2.79. We have cloudy skies, 28 degrees. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:08.
Trying to fight back to our north. Winter weather advisories for lake effect snow and snow showers over the next couple of days. We'll get some snow showers in here today. Really not looking for much in the way of accumulation. About 34. Tonight, some snow showers around 29. Cloudy tomorrow, close to 40 degrees. And that may lead to some rain showers Wednesday and then eventually colder with snow showers back Thursday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stejik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy skies, 28 degrees at 8:08. All right, the Buffalo Bills, a big win in Jacksonville. Here it comes. I got this sneeze out of me. You want to tell us about the Bills win on Sunday, Smitty?
They won 27-24. That's all I'm going to say.
2 rushing touchdowns for Josh Allen, who battled some injuries. He was getting nicked up throughout the game. and he threw a touchdown pass to Dalton Kincaid. The Bills now advance. They will take on the Denver Broncos next Saturday. The defending champion Eagles are out. They were ousted by the 49ers yesterday, 23-19. Some bad news for the 49ers. George Kittle tore his Achilles tendon during the win. He will be out for the rest of this postseason, probably into next season as well. Let's see. Tonight, the first weekend of the playoffs come to a close as Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers battle C.J. Stroud and the Texans in Pittsburgh. I've got to get this sneeze out of me. I keep feeling it coming, and it won't come out. All right. The Knicks beat the Trailblazers a final of 123-114. The Nets opened their road trip losing in Memphis 103-98. College hoops. Syracuse now 11-5 after they knocked off Pittsburgh on Saturday. Up next for the Orange, a battle against Florida State. That's tomorrow night, a 9 o'clock start on the ACC network. The Utica Pioneers beat Nazareth 5-1 at home on Saturday night, and the Comets lost 4-2 yesterday after a 3-1 on Saturday after a 3-0 victory on Friday night. The Comets saw their 4-game point streak come to an end.
Davey, you got to feel good about Syracuse basketball right now.
Sure do.
I mean, they look.
This team's different since Donnie Freeman's been coming
It's
back.
completely created a whole new dynamic.
Yeah. I'm really happy with Kion Anthony's play and J.J. Starling's J.J. Starling. And
Yeah. I like this group. Let's see where it all goes. We'll talk more with Angelo. Also, a bunch more to get to, including Joe Beatrice, the Utica Common Council member. Joe Beatrice is in just a little bit. He knows a little something about. You should talk to him when he comes in because he has all sorts of Coca-Cola memorabilia, but not the garbage. See, talk about this just a little bit. There's so much Coca-Cola memorabilia that is out there. Much of it is junk.
Yes.
And anything new, because Coke realized, wow, people are buying our stuff. And in the 90s and 2000s, they just started flooding the market with all of this stuff.
Right. Well, funny enough, it's similar to what we discussed earlier. If it's made to be collectible, chances are it's not.
Chances are it's not.
The best Coca-Cola stuff are, the old enameled or porcelain signs, old machines, bottles, ephemeral things. So, a cardboard box that has some specific Coke branding on it that wasn't made to be saved.
Even the ads from Life magazine
right.
that were in the magazine have value to them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Now, what about a Coca-Cola, get ready, a Coca-Cola fishing pole?
That's very, very funny. I have no idea. When was it made? I mean,
it
with
is
Mickey Mouse on the handle.
It's probably no, it's Coca-Cola.
Oh,
it wouldn't have Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Jeff, come on, please.
Sorry.
Wake the heck up, man!
It sounded like like a gimmick, like a prop.
It is gimmicky.
Yeah.
So you know how you have like the spool on a reel. It's a Coke can, and you reel it up to, but the reel is inside the Coke can. It's kind of a cool fishing pole. Still in the package from the probably late 1990s.
Too new for me.
But have you ever heard of it?
No.
Very rare. And it's so some of the things that they push through the market, I contest that they may become valuable because they're very rare. And and a Coca-Cola fishing pole, rod and reel, I think may have some value down the road.
Now the other interesting thing about the market though, so who is that for? Who's going to spend the money on that? It's got to be a hardcore Coca-Cola guy. Because somebody who kind of likes Coca-Cola or kind of likes fishing is not dropping an exorbitant amount of money on such a specific item.
Are you really going to use it as a fishing pole? No.
But for your buddy who likes Coke and going fishing.
Now, Joe Beatrice used to work at Coke. So he has, like if there was a Coca-Cola award given out and it has the Coke logo on it, from 1960, somebody for service to the company. That is something that could be worth a lot of money. It's those unique items, right, that are real, as opposed to made to be collectible and pushed
Exactly.
into the market. And then the other part is where people fall into trouble. And go back to it if you could. The mint. A lot of Coca-Cola stuff, really beautiful Coca-Cola stuff, was made by the Danbury Mint, and you probably set you back $300
Sure.
worth.
Next to nothing.
$200-$300
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Well, again, and the other thing you got to remember, especially, I mean, since I've been open, people have brought in boxes of stuff for me to look at when I'm open during the store hours, and sometimes it's the stuff that they were like, oh, my husband said we should bring this just in case. That's the only thing that I'm interested in their box of stuff, just because knowing the local market as little as I do right now in terms of retail, I just don't see anyone coming in to buy a doll that you want $75 for when I don't think I could even sell it for $25.
Right.
And also from doing estate sales, I see some of these things get priced way below retail value.
And they still
hundreds of resellers go through and they don't pick them up. So if I can't sell it at an estate sale for below retail, I don't want to buy it from you for a good price and sell it retail.
So I have some of the tins, the trays, Coca-Cola trays, and there are some Coca-Cola trays that are worth a lot of money. But you got to be very careful. In the early 1970s, they started doing reissues and remakes. So what looks like it's old, if you look, the date will be on there.
Yeah.
You'll see the date. And if the date's in the 70s or 80s, it's not going to have the value.
Sometimes just the style in which they're made, you could tell the process, they just have a different feel.
Oh, there's a different feel. And the back of it looks different, different color, and you can just tell it's newer. But there are some trays that were used a lot in this area. So everywhere you go, like I had this one tray that is in great shape, and I thought this thing's going to be worth a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
Turns out not. Only because there are so many different versions that are out there. They just were highly duplicated. What are you looking at?
So, yeah, some of the trays, the vintage ones, even some listed in the 70s, they're getting $300-$400. I see one here listed as high. I don't know what year that's from.
Let me see.
$2,500.
Now, also, hold on. This is very important. Jeff is using the word listed.
Correct.
You got to go by sold prices.
Don't trust eBay. Oh, this is okay. See the one for $185? Yeah. I have that. It's worth maybe $20, and they've got it listed at $185.
Yeah.
So that one I have. Actually, I have 3 of them because 2 other people bought them as a gift.
You're
for me.
rich. Why aren't
I'm
you selling
rich.
those? Those
I'm
are
rich.
Hundreds of dollars a piece.
Yeah. $15 to $20 for that.
What
was the other one that's worth a lot of money?
There
was one.
This $2,500 one has got a
Let's see
woman.
that.
It doesn't. Oh, I guess it says Coca-Cola on top, but it's more of a black and white Coca-Cola tray.
Okay, so that one
Coca-Cola
is. That one is. I have that one also, but I have a remake of it, 1970s remake. If that's a 70s remake, it's not worth anything.
No.
But if it is the original from like the 1898 or whatever, that could be worth more than $2,500.
Doesn't say. So your fishing pole, by the way, is like only
You found it?
$20 to $30.
Yeah. Wow.
Right now.
Right now.
Who knows what'll happen tomorrow?
Another 100 years.
After this, this gets syndicated, it's going to get popular.
That's right. It'll be huge. All right. So give your timing for your grand opening. And
Grand opening is Wednesday.
Ribbon cutting.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
66 Genesee Street. We're right next to Giorgio's in the Village of New Hartford. Right near His and Hers and Lux Pup Grooming Salon, the dog salon and the people salon.
Yes.
We're right on that strip. And I'm really excited. I always say that you got to be the change you want to see, and I've always wanted to see kind of a cool boutique, heavily curated vintage shop in the Mohawk Valley. And so when I moved home last year, I decided to make one happen, and here we are.
You know, you might make all this time you've been trying to get on Saturday Night Live. You know, maybe your spiral to fame is going to be Antique Roadshow.
Could be.
The guys in Mohawk, the twins in Mohawk.
Yeah,
they're multimillionaires today, and they all came out of Mohawk.
And look at me, I'm a de facto actor who's selling junk.
He had to clean out the attic.
That's how they did it. They're antique dealers. That's how they did it.
No, it's the most fun though. I love it.
Yeah.
I love seeing the people, and I love selling the stuff.
Well, good luck. I will say it is one of the. I'm going to say this. It is one of the best decorated and arranged antique places I think I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you said you get rid of the couch and one of the dining tables, so inside the store you'll see this when you go in. He kind of what do they call it? They stage it. You stage it. Yeah.
Your staging is spectacular.
Thank you.
It really is.
Yeah.
Thank you. But it is constantly moving. I tell people, if you were in there just yesterday when it was open on Sunday, if you come back on Wednesday, the store will look probably completely different.
It was like going to my uncle's house back in the 70s. We would, like, he was the first one to have a color TV. It's like, oh, my God, that's so awesome. So they were sitting there, or me and my cousins were all sitting there watching. And all of a sudden, he came in. He's like, okay, sorry, guys. Unplug it. Took it right off the stand that it was on and pulled it out of there. He just sold it. He would sell stuff.
That's great. When my sister walked in for the first time,
it wasn't great.
I was so excited for her to see the store. I said, what do you think? She goes, oh, I've seen all this before. This just looks like your apartment.
Yeah, it's decorated like that. You put a lot of thought into it, and I really feel people should check this place out. I sincerely mean that.
Thank you.
I enjoyed the time, and you weren't even close to open at that time, and I think I might have been your first sale.
You were. You were. You bought a WIBX branded egg separator.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I started out by saying, what the hell is this? And it explains it's an egg separator. And
crack an egg, separate the yolk from the whites.
From the yolk from the whites.
I have it here on eBay. It says no monetary value.
And believe me. And it had but for us, it had IBX's logo on it.
And I do keep a lot of local ephemeral things, some Utica Club stuff. All that stuff goes through the doors.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on your opening. And good luck on Wednesday. Maybe I'll swing by.
Wednesday, 10 a.m.
10 a.m., ribbon cutting. People of all ages can experience pain, and you may find that pain has everything to do with the way you walk. And that's the reason there is the Good Feet Store. The Good Feet Store now in New Hartford. You can walk in. There's no obligation. It's free. Personalized fitting. And they'll really assess your step and your walk and see if there's an area where you could use improvement. And that would be their 3-step system, which includes strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. 3 categories of arch supports with varying levels of strength and support working together to correct your step. And there are people who swear by this. I know them. They've been in this studio. And make the pain go away. That is the key. It's the Good Feet Store, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford, 315-999-3910. Jeff has questions about water main breaks. Do you still?
Yes, I do.
Okay, coming in studio is the new, in just a few minutes, the new executive director of the Mohawk Valley Water Authority. We'll get to that. Joe Beatrice also coming in on WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 315-444-4444.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
It's the NFL Conference Championships Tailgate Party. Sunday, January 25th, 1 till 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer. A full tailgate buffet, drinks, multiple TVs, and over 50 auction prizes like New York Giants tickets, 5 tickets to a Buffalo Bills game, plus a pair of tickets to see Jimmy Taylor. February 7th at the Rome Capitol. $30 tickets benefit the Great American Heart Running Walk, Little Falls Hospital, Herkimer County Humane Society, and Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Sunday, January 25th, 1 to 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer from WIBX 950 at 92.3 FM. WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I didn't realize Mike said someone needs to kiss Angelo today. It's Kiss a Ginger Day.
Yes.
Yeah. And Angelo being a ginger.
I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you. In studio right now is Nathan. How do I say your last name, Nathan?
Yoakum.
Yoakum.
Yep.
All right, that's what I thought. Start over. Ready? 3, 2, as if this was recorded. 3, 2, 1. In studio right now is Nathan Yoakum. He is the new director of the Utica Public Library. And Nathan, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You look like a librarian.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. Doesn't he? Is this not? If you, we ought to start from now on, Davey. Bring people in. Don't tell me what they do, and then we'll have to guess what they do for a living. You're a librarian.
Only if I was wearing maybe a cardigan, I would look more like a librarian.
Probably. Yeah. Well, what does a librarian look like today?
You know what?
It's very diverse.
It is very diverse. You know, I've worked at many different libraries, and it just depends. But you know, we're kind of a free flowing bunch, and you know. It's really whatever you want them to be. You know, it's we kind of roll with the times.
So where are you from?
So I'm from Southern Indiana. I was born and raised there, and I worked at the Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library in Evansville, which is probably about 200,000 people. I worked there for 17 and a half years, and then I moved over to the Perry County Public Library, which is a small county library, served about 20,000 there. I did that for about 3.5 years, and you know, time was right, and this job came open, and you know, it was hard to resist moving to this beautiful area, and all the pieces just kind of came into place.
And speaking of beautiful, the library is just spectacular.
It's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the selling points when we came up here.
And you want to, you know, are you worried that our world of libraries is in trouble, or are we reinventing?
Well, I think with all libraries, we have to evolve as technology evolves, whether, you know, what the society needs. To me right now, libraries are more important than ever. With so much information out there with the internet, with just, you know, the news and all this other stuff, you know, people don't know what's true, what's false, AI, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I mean, I have my background is in research, and so that's my job, is to kind of sift through all that.
And there was what was his name in Alien? He was and I think he's now the librarian out in at Hamilton at Colgate University. But what they started doing, and this is not unique, I don't think, but it was to our areas. They started, you could come in and take out a book. You could take out a circular saw, all sorts of different things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Any ideas for Utica for something like that?
Oh, well, yeah, we'll look at everything. I mean, I've only been on the job for 5 days. So, but at my old library, we did a library of things where we checked out some of that stuff as well. At first, when I heard that people were checking out bandsaws and lawnmowers and all that kind of stuff, my first thought was liability.
Yeah, right.
liability. But, I know that it's been real popular. And for those who, may not, have access to that or may not be able to afford that, it's great that our, the libraries can help with that sort of thing.
I do think so.
Yeah, I just, again, I'm looking at photos here of the Utica Public Library, and it is so historic and so amazing. It's like a hidden jewel, and there's so much there. But again, it's got to be so difficult because so much is done digitally today. People just grab their phone, and there seems to be the lack of interest to go and educate. I just need the answer, and I'll move on.
Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, I can't say that I don't do the same thing.
True.
But, the thing is, not only do we provide that information, though, it's also a place that I believe is a key component to the community. When I was in all these other places, I belonged to a bunch of boards. I served on the state board. I was the management division chair there. I was on the Arts Council board. I was on the Historical Society board. So I like to immerse myself into the community. I used to do business outreach with the different business groups and stuff like that. So it's all about forming key partnerships, key relationships, because to me, the library is kind of a centerpiece that kind of belongs to everybody. So for me, the library always has a seat at the table if we can get a seat at the table, because I feel like we're just as important.
So I'll quote my wife, who's really believes that having that book in her hands so she can feel it plays a big role in her reading. Loves the physical book. I mean, we have every opportunity where we could use the iPad and all of that. And you need to get down that road, and I'm assuming, and all of those new things, you'll play, that plays a role in the modern day library. But still, walking in and being able to find a book, take it out and read it, and it's physical. I think there's value to that.
I agree completely, and in fact, I was in that camp for so many years. But I caught myself starting books and getting to about page 100, and then something would happen or you get busy, and so then I kind of started picking it up with audiobooks after that, which I said I never do audiobooks.
Yeah.
And so it really doesn't matter what you read or how you read, as long as you're using the resources that are available and you're reading in one shape or form.
And the resources that are available basically for free. I mean, you certainly become a member, but
yep.
It is there for the community.
Absolutely. I mean, we have books. We have local history resources, microfilm. I think DVDs, children's programming. Programming's a big thing that I came from. I loved programming. I loved to go big on programming. So, we look to do some things in the future there. I think that we just have something to offer everyone.
Yeah. All right. You're just getting started.
Yep.
So we'll let you get comfortable, and we'll have you come back at some point.
All right. Well, anytime. I'd be happy to.
Good deal. He is the new librarian at Utica Public Library, Nathan Yoakum, and started his job just a few days ago on the 5th. So thanks so much for coming in.
Well,
quick break. We'll come back. Coming up, we'll speak with Joe Beatrice on the lawsuit. We heard from Katie Ayala last week. There's a lawsuit, and it involves all elected members for the city of Utica. Also, Phil Tangora is the new executive director of the Mohawk Valley Water Authority. We'll get into that coming right up here at WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
What's your design inspiration? A picture on the wall? A photo from a magazine? A board you've made on Pinterest? Hi, this is Kira Meelan from Meelan's Carpet One. It's amazing what some of our customers bring to us for inspiration, and we love working side by side with them to help turn their flooring dream into a reality. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the job, helping you to discover your perfect flooring. And there really is so much to discover. Consider the latest flooring trends as you plan your next home project. Many of our customers are surprised by the incredible new choices we have available. For example, today's snap-together waterproof luxury vinyl is incredibly popular. It's durable and it's stunning, with so many styles that replicate hardwood and beautiful stone looks. We have options that inspire, designers who will help bring it all together, and always a beautiful installation. To get the perfect flooring, start with the right flooring store. Visit Meelan's Carpet One on Commercial Drive East in Yorkville.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980, Tallman's is proud to provide trusted, professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Need a new bed? Don't wait for your tax return. Mattress Express has 1 year, no interest, no money down, and no payments for 90 days for qualified buyers. Stop into any store or apply online at mattressexpressny.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Cloudy skies, 28 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:35. After a weekend of protests over the deadly ICE shooting in Minneapolis, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says hundreds more federal agents are being sent to Minnesota. Noem said the additional officers will be deployed to make sure that other ICE and Border Patrol officers can carry out operations in the Twin Cities safely. Appearing on CNN's State of the Union, she also accused Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey of inflaming the public following the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good. Iran is warning President Trump that any U.S. attack would lead to Tehran striking both U.S. and Israeli assets in the Middle East. Trump has repeatedly floated the idea of U.S. intervention to support the protests in Iran that have already reportedly left hundreds dead. And the protests aren't just happening there. An investigation underway after a man driving a U-Haul truck slammed into a group of demonstrators in Los Angeles who were out supporting the anti-regime actions in Iran yesterday. A South Carolina police officer recovering after a shooting officials say seemed to be a targeted attack against law enforcement. Police in Greenville say the officer was sitting in his patrol car when he was ambushed and shot multiple times. The suspect fled the scene but was chased by other officers and eventually killed in an exchange of gunfire. Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says the Justice Department has issued a subpoena to the central bank, warning of a possible criminal indictment. Powell characterized the subpoenas as the latest attempt to influence the Fed and its interest rate decisions. And build deadheads, paying tribute to a legend. Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead has passed away, remembered by many as the last actual hippie. Weir co-founded the Grateful Dead after meeting Jerry Garcia as a teenager in Palo Alto, California. His family announced over the weekend that Weir had died from a lung issue. He was 78 years old. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:37. Here's a look at your forecast.
Winter's trying to fight back to our north. Winter weather advisories for lake effect snow and snow showers over the next couple of days. We'll get some snow showers in here today. Really not looking for much in the way of accumulation. About 34. Tonight, some snow showers around 29. Cloudy tomorrow, close to 40 degrees. And that may lead to some rain showers Wednesday and then eventually colder with snow showers back Thursday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stejik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 29 degrees at 8:38.
I have some audio just briefly. And it's time now for Why Is This Playing? Sorry. I have some audio just briefly on Bob Weir. Here he is talking to Dan Rather on how he and Jerry Garcia turned a meeting into the Grateful Dead.
It started for me on a New Year's Eve between 1963 and 64. I was wandering the back streets of Palo Alto. We heard banjo music coming out from behind the music store that we used to frequent. I had just turned 16, and Jerry came in, Jerry Garcia, and he asked us if we played the instruments, and we, sure. That evening, so much fun that we decided we couldn't just walk away from it. Might as well just make a little band out of it. And we did. At the age of 16, I was making pretty good money for a 16-year-old.
Tom Snyder interviewing Bob Weir back in I believe, 1980.
Did you think when you were starting that it would ever evolve into this mystique that has come to surround the group called the Grateful Dead?
We didn't think when we were starting.
No, we didn't think. Right.
The only kind of plans we ever made were like going to Egypt and playing under the pyramids. Those are the only kind of plans we ever started out with. And we actually got around to it.
It was in 1978.
Yeah.
What changes do you see in what you've done over the years, and how have you managed to be evolutionary and stay current?
I don't think we stayed current.
You don't?
I don't think we ever were current.
Yeah, right.
I think we've been sort of singular in our whole endeavor and probably stay that way. I mean, all we try to do is just satisfy our own standards. They're pretty steep.
They were unique, and there was a whole thing, especially back then, about not, if something became popular, it wasn't popular with a certain group anymore. Right? You could, if you liked the band, and all of a sudden the band is being played on Top 40 radio, all of a sudden you hated that band.
Right. The fact that they were underground or unknown was part of the appeal.
Yes. But really, they became enormous in their own category, which is kind of against what but they became huge. There's no doubt about it. And certainly sad in the passing of Bob Weir. All right, coming up, we'll speak with Phil Tangora, Executive Director of the Mohawk Valley Water Authority. Some, actually, 2 or 3 water outages that occurred last week. We'll talk about that. And his first week and a half on the job coming up here.
With snow piles up in central New York, you still got work to do. Get it done with Bobcat from Warner Sales and Service. Bobcat skid steer loaders, truck loaders, and excavators cut through deep snow, slippery streets, and frozen job sites with ease. They're fast, tough, and built for upstate winters, delivering soft traction, low ground disturbance, and all-day comfort. From streets and sidewalks to driveways and lots, nothing clears like a Bobcat. Push it to the limit this winter with Bobcat from Warner Sales and Service. Visit WarnerSS.com.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Attention patriotic Americans. To honor the 250th anniversary of American independence, the United States Mint is striking a groundbreaking American Silver Eagle coin. The 1776 to 2026 W American Silver Eagle is the first dual-dated coin in this series' history. Its inspiring dual date pays tribute to our nation's founding fathers, the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and the spirit of the American Revolution that lives on today in 2026. Now is your chance to get this first of its kind dual-dated American Silver Eagle in perfect proof 70 Ultra Cameo condition, like nothing collectors have ever seen. But hurry, pre-sale slots are limited. With mintage of just 500,000 coins, this release is a true absolute rarity. Secure your 250th anniversary Silver Eagle now with Rare Collectibles TV exclusive pre-sale. Call 800-925-1544 now before they sell out. That's 800-925-1544. 800-925-1544.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ROAD to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ROAD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, portions of the program today brought to you by the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. It is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, and they're accepting new patients right now. For the longest time, maybe from summer on last year, they were not accepting new patients. They had to add, because they had gotten so busy, they had to add a new physician. Dr. Cheryl Mattern of Sequoia is starting at the Falcon Clinic, so they are now accepting new patients. And whether you're in need of a new family doctor or a consult, a second opinion, or what I love, and Tim Reed, we were talking about this when he was in studio, is this tune-up, the OMT, osteopathic manipulation treatment. It gives you a what I feel is like a monthly tune-up in order to make sure everything is flowing properly. And let me tell you something, too, about there was a... So you wonder about the importance of making sure everything is flowing properly. There was someone recently who I know who had a terrible toothache, and they thought they were going to have a root canal. So they went to their dentist. Their dentist said, well, I don't see anything, but I'm going to send you to a surgeon. And the surgeon said, it's your sinuses, all caused by the sinuses.
No kidding.
Because things weren't, all of a sudden, there's been some, like in your gas line in your car, there's some blockage, nothing's running right. Same thing with your body. OMT, osteopathic manipulation treatment. I love it. I swear by it. I do it monthly with the doctors at the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. In studio right now is Phil Tangora. Phil is the executive director of the Mohawk Valley Water Authority, and this is your 6th day on the job? Something like that.
Yeah, 7th day,
on
8th day.
This job.
On this job.
But 27 years, you've worked at the authority.
That's right, yeah. 27 years with the authority. The last 10 as director of water quality. So I worked closely with Pat Bescher for years, and certainly very closely over the last year as we transitioned to new leadership.
Water is becoming extremely important with technology.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I spent some time last week meeting with senior staff, and we're talking about how are we going to utilize tools, technology, AI as we move forward.
Yeah,
try to incorporate all of everything to make sure that we're providing the highest quality water to our customers.
Manaski.
Yeah, I actually recently had a chance to see some of your crews in action. I think it was last weekend. There were 5 or 6 water main breaks across the area. One on Commercial Drive, a couple in Utica, and then the one that affected me, of course, was in New York Mills, literally right out in front of my house. So it was like, I don't know, 6:30, 7:30 at night, and the guys were out there till almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously a very busy time of year with especially now as we're seeing it thaws, it freezes, it thaws, it freezes, and then pipes start cracking and breaking.
Yeah, it's a really challenging time of year, and all the credit in the world to our maintenance crews. They're out there in the cold and snow. It's obviously wet when they're making those repairs, and it's a real challenge. I think in 2025 we had 230 breaks for the year. But we live in the Northeast. We've got old infrastructure. We have to continue to invest to improve and repair the pipes that are in the ground. But it's the guys in the street that are making those repairs. Those men are deserve all the accolades.
Yeah. Some of those lines are wooden.
I think we've got all the wood out.
Okay, even in Alien.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's.
I think there's still some. There are some. I could be wrong, but I think there's still some wood lines in Alien. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, we were the first infrastructure. The Northeast was the first infrastructure in America. So
Yeah, it's
No
it's incredible.
surprise.
If you look across New York State, there's something like $40 billion, right, that needs to be invested in infrastructure.
Yeah.
Included in that is taking all the lead service lines out by 2037. So that's an enormous lift for all utilities, including Mohawk Valley Water Authority, and we're really going to invest a lot of time and money to try to meet that deadline.
Is the authority working with? I think there is a line that's going into. Is it Frankfurt or into the valley?
Well, there's certainly a concept to do that.
That's the concept.
Yeah. And so I'll be meeting in the near future with some of the leadership down there to kind of regroup and see,
because that could
which
be
way we're going to go.
A real game changer for Alien.
Yeah, I think, in terms of providing quality water to those communities down there and the potential for economic development to support that, it could be a real opportunity for, the region as a whole to come together and make a positive impact.
How about Chobani coming in? Is there will there be a stress on the system, or
that won't impact Mohawk Valley Water Authority at all?
Right.
'Cause that's going to be in Rome.
Yes. And anything else? Marcy obviously you played a big role with Marcy.
Yeah, and so I'm just coming onto the Edge board as well as the Greater Utica Chamber board. So I look forward to getting involved with those entities and see how we're going to move things forward.
And then, of course, the new technology coming to Syracuse, that's going to be which won't affect you, however. A lot of water will be needed for
Micron,
for all this high tech.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and I think tangentially, right, that could reach out for housing and some supporting companies in the area. So a lot of opportunity, a lot of great things happening in upstate New York. So it's all good.
What do you want people to know? Anything as you get started?
No, I'm meeting again with senior staff. I'm meeting, individually with them this week. We'll just lay out some goals and objectives. Make sure we're all moving forward. And I'm excited for the opportunity. I think we're going to do great things moving forward.
So I'm seeing Tangora. Are you a Valley guy?
A Valley guy.
A Valley guy.
Yeah.
That's going to make Mark Butler really happy.
Originally from Herkimer, I live in Frankfurt now. My wife and kids.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we appreciate the time, Phil Tangora, and I have to say that you've been a part of the Water Authority for a long time, and Pat was always available when we needed, and I'm confident you'll carry that tradition on.
Certainly happy to do that. Yeah. Pat was a great asset. He'll be missed.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations on the job. Quick break. Joe Beatrice will wrap it up here with us. Coming right up at WIBX.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
Hurt in a car, call William Attar, 315-444-4444.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Well, good morning, and in studio right now is Councilman Joe Beatrice. And Joseph, good morning. Can you move over that way just a little bit? Yeah, we're going to move that a little further back. Yep, perfect. Then pull that mic right to you and lift it up. Davey, come and help him, could you? How many Coke trays do you have? I bet you have quite a few.
Not as many as you think.
Really?
But you were very. I was listening to you talk about the early '70s trays and all that stuff. I actually have more Utica Club trays from my grandparents' house.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I have some.
All those old Utica Club, and those have value, a great deal of value.
Yep.
Any of that old stuff.
You remember the Utica Club spinners when you put the
Yep.
I have that stuff.
Psychedelic 60s.
Yep.
Yeah.
I cleaned my mother's house out a couple years ago, and she took everything from her mother's house, and it was.
These are what he's talking about. These little tin. It would be like a flat version of a top.
Yeah.
And it had, and so that when it went around fast, it put off the psychedelic,
These lights or something?
No, we didn't have that stuff back then.
No lights, no lights.
No LEDs
It was
in the
just a little
60s?
thing you just
It was
spin.
just, you'd spin it and you'd look at it and it'd do all sorts of,
Okay.
I imagine if you were on LSD at the time, you'd be like, wow, this is the greatest invention ever. Okay. Katie Ayala was in. There's a lawsuit. What do you know?
So
she said it's more
procedural. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really. It didn't even look at it too much. I'm named in it. I don't really know about it. I mean, to me, it's pretty irrelevant. To me, it sounds like that it's a matter of which cola he used, which CMI he used, if he used the national or the state one. The only thing I will say is, guess what? I didn't sign up on the Utica Common Council to be sued by anybody. I think it's a deterrent for us as a council.
Wouldn't he be covered though?
That's not the point. The point is, I'm sure there's not 1 out of 9 people, and actually even the president, that is happy about this. Okay, and I heard her Friday say that the city told her to do that. If it was me, number one, if it was me in that, and they wanted me to sue my colleagues, I would definitely not do that.
Tight on that, Mike. If you can.
I would definitely not do that. So I didn't sign up to get sued. I've never been sued in my life. I laugh. These guys will probably laugh at me, my friends. God forbid I ever pass today. There isn't one person that's going to say Joe Beatrice did me wrong or owe him a dime.
Yep.
And you know what? I'd rather have you have a contest to have constituents call up and say that I never called them back or didn't talk to them.
You're okay. From what I hear, you're really good with constituent services.
That's what I ran for.
When you ran, you and I had a conversation in the Zetland room during
how was that conversation?
Comets game. Well, it was you were talking about what inspired you to get in. It was your dad.
Yeah. So and that's it. So I mean, to me, people outside looking at a council person suing another council person. It's a bad look. It's a disgrace, to be honest with you, to ever do that. And I'll tell you one story very quick. In 2020, I was on the verge. I was going to have to give up my seat because I was going through some health issues, and I was out of work for a year, and I wasn't going to be able to go back. And the amount that you were able to make on the council, the only income I had was the council at the time. The amount that I was able to make was $800 more than I was making. I went to Charlie Brown. I went to the I can't think of her name, Lori Rockwell, was the HR person at the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to sign and give my money back. Okay, they would not let me. They told me it's against the law to do that. You can get it. On your W-2, it's going to say your salary, which wouldn't have helped me. You could give it back. Okay, so this is a joke, to be honest with you. It's a COLA raise. It's a government raise. It's not like we voted, like my first year that I was on the council. All of a sudden they came in and they wanted to give Palmieri $10,000 more. That was not a COLA raise. That was in the budget. She wants to talk about the raises the other day. Okay, That didn't cost the taxpayers anything. That's money in the budget. They transfer money every week there. Did not cost anybody anything. But she doesn't talk about the $70,000 or $80,000 that she approved for part-time law counselors, okay? And I don't have a problem with them getting a raise or the full-time department heads. It's just, what are you making a big thing for? You know what I mean?
Do you think she's kind of setting she clearly has an issue with the mayor?
And you clearly asked her the other day that. Well, at our inauguration, I don't care who runs, okay? That's none of my, I don't know what she's doing.
My Paul Mary question.
Right, yeah, okay? But did you ask her if you talked to him?
I did.
What'd she say?
The answer was, I think I asked her if he was running, and I think she said she doesn't really even talk to him.
You asked her if you talked to him?
She just volunteered that, if I recall.
She said she has not talked to him.
Correct.
She sat and talked to him right in front of me at the swearing-in ceremony at our council meeting. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, they talk about all this transparency. Did you ever hear when anybody was running, and I don't want to bring it up no more because nobody cares, okay, about dual residency? You never heard it. Did you ever hear that somebody ran, they were the campaign manager for another person running for mayor before? You don't hear it. You know who's transparent? He's too transparent, is Mayor Galimi. Yeah. Okay? He's too transparent, but he tries, and I get it. He does the right things.
He certainly tries to communicate.
He does better than anybody ever has, okay? Yeah. And it just, you know what? You make them relevant. Right. I just ignore it because it just, look at their Facebook posts. You got the same 20 people commenting on it.
We'll get you back on.
Okay, whatever. That's good.
We appreciate
you having me here anytime you guys want me to come on.
Joe Beatrice. Yeah. He'll always tell you.
On fire this morning.
What's on his mind. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
WIBX Utica Road, W295
From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Death to America chants in Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. And big counter demonstrations supporting Iran's regime after days of protests against Iran's leaders that led to a deadly crackdown. President Trump has said he could take action to stop. Fox's Aisha Hasni's at the White House.
The president told reporters last night that Iranian leaders have reached out to the White House to set up a meeting to negotiate, but the U.S. might have to act before they ever meet because Iran is starting to cross his red line.
There seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence.
Human rights groups report more than 500 protesters have been killed in the crackdown. That's also included Iran shutting down the internet and cutting off phone service. Someone drove a U-Haul into a group of anti-Iran demonstrators in Los Angeles.
One person was hit, but no one was seriously hurt. Protesters scrambled to get out of the way, then ran after the vehicle and tried to attack the driver. The truck, whose windows and side mirrors were shattered, was stopped several blocks away and surrounded by police cars.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, that driver was taken into custody. Now to the anti-ICE protests. That's in Minneapolis. They've also expanded in other cities days after what demonstrators call murder. When an immigration agent shot and killed a woman, Homeland Security maintains drove toward him. Secretary Kristi Noem tells Fox Sunday Morning Futures.
If they conduct violent activities against law enforcement, if they impede our operations, that's a crime.
And Noem says they're sending hundreds more agents to Minneapolis. The Federal Reserve Chairman, President Trump's called a moron for not cutting interest rates soon enough and not big enough, is now under criminal investigation over Jerome Powell's testimony to Congress about Fed building renovations. Powell, in a video statement, says he has stood firm in the face of threats, and this is about if the Fed can be independent.
Or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation.
America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
It's the NFL Conference Championships Tailgate Party. Sunday, January 25th, 1 till 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer. A full tailgate buffet, drinks, multiple TVs, and over 50 auction prizes like New York Giants tickets, 5 tickets to a Buffalo Bills game, plus a pair of tickets to see Jimmy Taylor February 7th at the Rome Capitol. $30 tickets benefit the Great American Heart Running Walk, Little Falls Hospital, Herkimer County Humane Society, and Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Sunday, January 25th, 1 to 5 at Waterfront Grill Herkimer from WIBX 950 at 92.3 FM.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for over 50 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit the Potting Shed